Hello, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, 359 cop stories, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. Look them up, they're really good. For some of you people out there that like strange stories, I have gross alerts, a lot of vice gross alerts, a lot of sticky floors and naked people running around. It's pretty good, pretty funny, pretty good. They're all my babies. One of my gems, the very first one, is a taser through the testicles. Oh, look that one up, it's outstanding. Oh my gosh. Not for the guy that got shot, but you know, for everybody else. Okay, anyway. And continuing on from that website, I'm coming up on 170 answers and questions. So when you ask me a question, I'll answer you directly, and then we'll do it on video like we're doing now. So if you want to question me, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. Okay. Question came up: have I worked with other agencies? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to put them in necessarily any order because I'm just throwing out there. You know, I'm not going to say, well, from the start of my career, you know, this isn't Hollywood. I'm just doing the best I can. Okay. So let's start with the FBI, and they had a couple of capers with those guys. Okay, you got to remember the FBI. They're different. They're all college graduates, and they think they're hot stuff. Okay, and they look at us as just flatfoots policemen, you know, with no intelligence, and that's fine. But we make up in our common sense where they have none. Okay, I don't understand how you would hire someone who has a history major, you know, or archaeological major, or a whatever major, to do law enforcement. How does that apply? I don't get that. But they just do that because they want to hire people with degrees. Okay, you have a psychology degree? Yeah, maybe. But some of these obscure. So anyway, back on that. They think they're pretty smart. Okay, so I haven't dealt with them at the time, but other units within my narcotic unit had dealt with them, and so I was teaching surveillance. And way back in the videos I told you about, I used to teach surveillance, following people. Very hard to do. Not on TV where you sit across the street with two guys in a suit and you follow the guy. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Crooks always looking over their shoulder, looking everywhere. Crooks make U-turns to see if they're being tailed. Crooks stop in the middle of the street, literally in the middle of the street, to see if anybody's going to follow them. Very tricky, very finite career to be able to follow people. I did it for 27 years. Very difficult. I did it, I learned, and then I taught it, and then I led doing it. A long time. So I get a call from one of the FBI agents. It's pretty friendly to law enforcement. He said, "Can you come up and teach my guys how to do this?" I said, "Sure. I'm always available to whoever it may be." So I get approval from my department to go and teach them because we have to have approval. And so I get in this room, and there's probably I told him we should only have like 20 in there, and then we're going to get in two-man cars, so that leaves 10 cars to follow me, and that's pretty much a nice number. Any more than that, it's a traffic jam. You know, it turns out to be like a funeral procession half the time. Well, there was like 30 guys in there. Okay, fine. So was there, I don't know what they call them, super secret, or what's the term for them? Special agents, I guess, in charge. You know, we call them officers in charge, but they're in the back, you know. You can tell where they are. The 24 stiff agents are in front of me in suits, and then 6 of them stand over there even stiffer than these guys. Okay, so you know who's who at the zoo here. Okay, so I'm giving the class, and I'm trying to give you what happens so I can tell you what happened at the end. I give usually a 2-hour class. I have handouts, there's videos. I show a video of good surveillances, bad surveillance, which I made. My subordinates now, offshoot, they're teaching. 2 of them are teaching that, using my videos to teach other people within our department, not FBI. So I was kind of new at this. This was new to be done. I wasn't new at it. It makes sense. Videos is new stuff. So after 2 hours of that, we take a lunch break, and then we come back, and they follow me. And they call it the rabbit. That's some term somebody came up with. I become the suspect, and they follow me. And I stick a camera out the back window. I have an assistant. She also, the one lady that turns out she's teaching it now and also has her own squad. They would sit in the back seat and shoot out the back. I have the radio up here in the back so we can hear what they're saying. And then we do this for like 20 minutes. And then we go back to the office and we play back and we show these guys who made mistakes, who did what, and who did all that. Okay. Now you can imagine, these are all college graduates. I assume they're pretty smart with a pencil and a pen. And they're all taking notes. You know, all the classroom, these guys are, you know, reams of notes, which is fine. They're college guys. I'm not, you know. So, okay, maybe they picked it up. Okay, so we get out there. I'm not going to get detail what they did. I'll just give you generally what they did. On the video, when we played it back later, you can hear me giggling on the radio, because on the audio, because right out of the gate, they were screwing up. I mean, really just basic things. I'll give you a basic one. They're following me out of somewhere, okay? I'm just in a plain car, okay? I go down the street, I make a right turn, okay? The guy behind me is not supposed to follow me on the turn. Because if you're looking for a tail, you make the turn, you look in your mirror, right? He follows me, okay? I mean, that's just basic stuff, okay? So I thought, okay, did it a couple times. The same guy stood with me. I told him, only follow a guy for a block and a half. He makes a turn and get out of the way. Now they do that. So that's cool. Okay, so then so then I go to the next level. I kick it up a notch. Finally, one guy pulls off. Another guy's behind me on the street. I make a right turn. He goes by. Oh, excellent. He's listening. He listened to my radio. Next guy comes up, makes a right turn. Perfect. I go down a hill. I come up. I make another turn. He goes by. That guy got it. And so did the guy up there. That's good. Next guy pulls up. This is how it works, okay? Driving along. I'm not trying to lose them. I'm just trying to videotape them so they get a feel what this is like. Because they all told me they don't do this sort of thing. They do other mostly inside office investigations, subpoenas and search warrants and all that, but not a lot of field stuff. And they were having some cases where they needed to do this. Okay, then back to went on the street, make a right turn. The guy follows me, and now follows me close. Come on, this isn't television, okay? So they did it again. Okay, so now this is what I did. I make the turn down the street right behind me. So what I do? I just pull to the curve. Simple, right? And remember all this stuff that they're doing, I told them not to do it. I have here's what you do, here's what you do. And I say, oh, by the way, there's 5 things you never do. And I put those up there with stars. And they're all writing it down, man. All you see is the top of their heads. Do not do these 5 things. Here's one of them. I pull to the curve. He stops in the middle of the street. And we're videotaping this, and I'm laughing on the video. I'm like, and so we're just sitting there. It's a standoff. I'm on the curve. He's in the middle of the street, 5 cars behind me, just sitting there. And then she whispers to me, what should we do? I go, nothing. Nothing. We just waited maybe 30 seconds. Count 30 seconds. It's a long time. You're just sitting there. And finally, he drives off. Then I see another car come around the corner, which I told him if that happens, the next guy comes around, just drive by. Tell the guys behind you, he's still there. Drive by. And you know what you do? When you get to the other corner, you make a turn, you turn around, you wait, see if I come out. It's pretty simple stuff here, You're hidden. I have to come out unless I make a U-turn, and if the guy's behind me, they just pull to the curb and wait. So I'm trapped in there. You got a street, a T here, and I'm here, and the narcs are here and narcs are here. Where am I going to go? But you don't have to come. A lot of them felt you had to actually see me the whole time. I've got to see you. Well, you don't have to see me. So they were doing that, okay? So I don't want to extend this out farther than it should be, but, okay, so we did this for 20 minutes. And they got better towards the end of the 20 minutes. So we come back in. I'm running the video. So now I'm identifying these cars. Obviously, we have a video. So I go, oh, yeah, this green car. Oh, man. Did you ever listen to my lecture? Now I'm on them, man. And the supervisors are smiling because this is cool that an outside person is telling them they screwed up. Obviously, they're having problems, which I found out, having one college guy tell another college guy that he's wrong. It's one of these things. I have a degree in psychology, I have a degree in physiology, and everybody's fighting. Okay. The police work, okay? So he goes, yeah, and I said, what was this all about? I show what he did. He goes, oh, and then he finally goes, oh, I suck at this. He put his head down. Everybody's laughing, And I go, well, no, because you never done it before, And a couple of guys go, oh, I can't believe I didn't believe I did that. I said, well, that's why we videotape it. Because if I say you did it, you won't believe me. But looking up here on the screen, you can see your car doing that stupid move, and they're like, "Yeah, that's not." And they're all laughing at their co-players. That was dumb. Now I like that because what that does is it removes me from here and puts it in them, and now they're arguing back and forth about how they suck. That you should have done this, and I like that because I felt the success of my surveillance classes was that I didn't have to say anything afterwards, and they're all pointing at each other. Okay, and the guys that did a really good job go, "Well, I wouldn't do that." I mean, it's really funny how this worked. Okay, and so now we go back. Okay, let's go. So they changed partners. We had 12 units out there, 2-person units, and then the next round we switch over. Since you were passenger, now you're the driver. Okay, so got 12 new faces out there. Who we do it again? Well, they're pretty smart. Okay, went to college. Okay, got a degree in history. The guys that were passengers now are driving. And what did they do the whole time last time? They watched everything that was going on. They made sure they're not going to get ragged on back in the office when we go back for a video. It's really how this works. These are all, even though I badmouth FBI, they're all college guys, but they're alphas too. Okay, you don't get to the FBI and all these CIA with being a passive guy. You get there because you're an alpha. You want to work hard. You're mobile. You're motivated. All this stuff, which is good. That's what you want, and it works. So we go out there the second time. Well, heck, a 180-degree difference because they watched the other guy screw up, and they don't want to be the screw up because we know we're going back and show the video. So they did really well considering what they started extremely well. Okay, so we went back. So I asked the supervisor, can we time for another one? And so they're all, yeah. At first they were just kind of like potted plants. Now they want to do it again. I said, okay, can you go? Yeah, let's go again. Okay, so they switched. Other people came in. They switched around. So we did it again. This was really good. I mean, if I'm saying, if 100% is perfect, which only my guys are perfect, anyway, if 100% is perfect, when they started, they were like 10%, okay? Second time, 50, third time, about 70. I mean, that's how fast they got it. It was really cool to watch this, okay? Watch them become, at least beginning stages of doing this, okay? Okay, so then what I would do, so after it's over, we come back, and I was taking notes the whole time on everything. And I was taking notes of who the good guys were, who the lousy guys were. And so I would go down, I did this. Years before this, I went down to Toys R Us and I bought a bunch of little cheap cars, you know, a whole bunch of them. I bought a bag of like 30 for $10 or whatever. And every time I go to these classes, I give a car to commendable guys that did stuff, okay? So, again, these are alphas. They don't take much to pat themselves in the back. And so, we're done with the class. We're going to have a barbecue afterwards, so I'm giving the summation and everything else. And supervisors are very happy. Everybody's kind of calmed down and being so stiff now. They're almost human, okay? And so we're sitting around and I go, oh, by the way, I have some awards for, I think, the 5 top guys here. And they're all, uh-oh, well, that did it. At first, we were kind of looking around. When I said awards for 5 top, they all popped up. Everybody, it got quiet in there, okay? What, you know? And I said, I don't have to show the videos. I took notes. So I said, this orange car, first scenario, who's in the orange car? Okay. I'll walk over. Here you go. This is the car. Commendable caper there. Did a really good job. He's looking around, big on his face. It's a little car. It probably costs $1.50. But it doesn't matter. In his mind, I'm the top of 25 guys. I'm the top guy here. You don't think that didn't work? Guys are yelling, oh, you were okay, number, who is this in the gray car? And I go, here's one for you. You should have seen these guys. It's like giving them the gold medal at the Olympics. I'm not kidding, man. It's funny. It happened with my guys all the time. Every class I did that. It was just, I did it as a joke initially. I used to give like a gold car for the best one, for the best team, a silver car for second place, and then a pink car for the lousiest one. It was just a joke. And man, my guys were alphas. They jumped on that. So the guys who made a wall plaque, you know, with the car sitting on there, would describe the date and the time that they won the competition with the other 2 squads because they got a little gold car I gave them. Oh, it was unbelievable. I like, oh my God. I said, why'd you guys put a floodlight on it? They go, that's a good idea. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Anyway, so this is my deal with the FBI. So I made some FBI jokes I didn't like. I don't want to tell you what the joke was, but I was bad-mouthing J. Edgar Hoover, and after I told a horrible joke, I looked and I said, what, too soon? No sense of humor. Too stiff. But anyway, so it was interesting with these guys. I was kind of anti them because they were so stiff. And then throughout the day, as they were humbled by the work and then succeeded back around and made full circle, a lot of respect for each other. They really thanked me. I went back several times in other FBI offices to do the same thing. Basically, almost happened the exact same thing. I even got calls from a supervisor because they went on a case right after my classes and they were successful. And he says, most of it is because of me, because they didn't know how to do a surveillance. They get burned all the time. Burn meaning the suspect sees them and then they have to drop it and go and come back another day, which is, you don't want to do that. Waste of manpower. So anyway, that's my story with the FBI, and I have another one coming up here, and hopefully I'll get to it. All right? Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.